Dear students, welcome to virtual class of Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai. I am Sreekumar. The class is for 7th standard students. Subject is mathematics. Let me begin the class.
Dear students, we are entering into a new chapter. The name of the chapter is circle. Circle is not a new term for you. You know what is a circle and you have learned about the basic properties of circle, like the radius of a circle, the diameter of a circle, then to a greater extent you also know what is meant by circumference of a circle. We will be trying to understand the relationship between the circumference and radius of a circle in this chapter, as well as we will be trying to understand the concept of arc, major arc, minor arc, as well as the measure of arc in this video or by the end of this particular chapter. So let me move ahead to first is that you should come across the concept of circle once again, where you studied that these all are having circular in its nature. This is a big circle, a small circle. Even this cap of our bottle is having a circular edge over here. If you look at this, this is a circular edge of it. So circle is very familiar to us. Even bangle is in circular format, rings are circular format. So circle is a very common thing that we know. Now what is circumference, that also I would like to remind you. Starting from here, suppose if you open the circle and keep it straight, this total length we can call as circumference. This you have studied in your previous year. So every circle will be having its circumference. There will be a center to the circle, that also you know, and the distance from the center to the circle is named as the radius of the circle, that also you know, and the double of radius or the line passing through the center to either side of the circle is the diameter, which will be automatically double of radius. All these things are known to you. For your memory or recalling what you learned, let me draw a circle over here now. Mathematically, a circle is drawn with the help of a compass. You can draw a circle of any radius. Radius is the distance from the center of the circle to the circle. Suppose that if I want to draw a circle over here, I should put the compass over here, and I am having an automatic scale. You will adjust the radius accordingly. Suppose that I am taking 3 centimeter, so it is 3 centimeter now, and as it is a digital compass, I can have any color out of it. So this is a circle with 3 centimeter diameter, 3 centimeter radius. This distance what is shown here is the radius. I will mark the radius with the help of a simple line. This is the radius, which is equal to 5 centimeter according to this scale. Our digital scales are not as similar to that of our, what we say, if I draw another line through the center, this is the, what we say, diameter of it, which will be 10 centimeter. If the radius is 5 centimeter, I can write it over here. This is let me write what it is. Radius, which is equal to 5 centimeter, and diameter, which is equal to 10 centimeter. This is the center of the circle, and this is the circle. and whatever is included in it, this is circular area which is inside, this is interior of the circle, this also you have studied, and this is called the exterior bahar ka area. Oh, spelling wrong. Exterior of the circle. All these things are known to you. And further I said, if you cut open the circle here and keep it straight here, understood? If you cut open and keep it here, the length which is we are getting is the circumference of the circle. So it is what is one of the important topic that we are going to cover here. This length from here to here we can say, because A we cut here, B is there only, so we call it as the circumference of the circle. The main aspect of this chapter is trying to understand the relationship between circumference and radius. Is there any relationship or not? If it is there, what is it? That is our search in this particular chapter. Okay, let me go ahead. Okay, next we have to study about the relationship between circumference and diameter. In order to know the relationship between circumference and diameter, we should know the radius. Before that, let me tell you, your textbook is having 3 activities at the beginning of it, one with a bangle, another with cap, and the third one with a disc and bottle. You should do that. You should do that. Why? Because it will, all those things are available at home, and you have a ruler in your geometry box, and you can measure the circumference of each item, circular items at home, and compare it with the radius. So what I am going to try to make you understand will become easy for you, because nothing comes in mathematics without proof. So here I am trying to show you what will be the circumference of this particular wheel and what is its relationship with the diameter. To know the diameter, I should know the radius, so I should have a mechanism to find out the radius of it. This is the radius of this particular circle, I mean the wheel, and with the help of scale I can say that, suppose a digital scale, suppose that it is equal to 3.5 centimeter. Let me write it somewhere here. 3.5 centimeter is the radius when I measured, almost. Okay, let it be. Now I have to rotate this and find out, when one particular rotation is completed, what is the distance covered by it. So for that I will simply try to rotate it, and I am marking it. Okay, this way after completion I can measure the distance traveled. So let this be 15 centimeter up to here. Let me take the scale and measure over here. Okay, another 7 centimeter. Total is of 22 centimeter. What I did is right or not? This was the wheel, and I simply allowed it to move, complete one spinning. Correct. And I measured it with a scale, and I found that 15 plus 7, 22 centimeter. So I got a particular measurement. From that I can simply say that, if I think about what can be the relationship, this is radius and the other one is circumference. Correct? Okay, so let me write over here, radius is, when radius is 3.5 centimeter, the circumference I can put C is equal to 22 centimeter. Okay, if this is what I got, and this, there is a relationship I am trying to find out. In a number of cases this should be repeated. Correct? And for your information, your textbook, after doing an experiment with what we say, a bottle, covering the bottle, and they have just mentioned about a bangle, bottle, dish, etc. I would like to copy that radius and circumference here. Radius when 3 centimeter, then circumference obtained is 19 centimeter. Let me think about the diameter. Here is 7 and here the diameter is equal to 6, right? That way I am getting. And after getting it, if I am trying to divide the circumference, which is circumference with the diameter, so I will write 22 upon 7. Here I am writing C upon D. In this case I am getting 19 upon 6. But if I divide 22 with the 7, 3 7s are 21, then 1 balance, 10 it will go 1 time, 7, 3 it will be 30, 4 7s are 28, 2 times, 20 it will be almost 3 times, so I can write only 2 over here, 14, and it happens to be 6, 60 it will go 8 7s are 50. It goes on like that. Let me divide 19 with 6, 3 6 are 18, 10 balance, 1 6 is equal to 6, 40, in 40 it will be going 6 times, 36, and here it is 40. It goes on like that. Approximately it comes around 3.14, 3.16. Ultimately we had to conclude that the relationship is almost like 22 upon 7 or 19 upon 6, or it is in decimal format, it is 3.142, like that it goes. You can approximately 3.14 it is. So like that the conclusion happened to be. And most of the cases it is it happens to be 3.14. So the final conclusion after doing the experiment is that whenever one circle is over, one spin is done, the circumference will be connected with the diameter and the ratio will be 22 upon 7 or 3.14. This is what I wish to tell you. The ratio of the circumference of any circle to diameter is little over 3 and remain constant. This is our conclusion. Is always little over 3, sorry. The ratio between the circumference and the diameter is always happens to be little over 3 and remains constant. This constant is represented by a Greek letter pi. Whenever we are writing, we will write it like this, pi. And great mathematicians have proved through hard work thus this number is not a rational number. Rational मतलब non-terminating, non-recurring number को हम irrational बोला था. So not a rational number, it becomes irrational. So this is an irrational number or not a rational number which we can accurately specify, but it is just above 3 and we have approximately taken it as 3.14. In practice it can be 3.14, 15, 16 वही area में रहेगा. If the value of pi has not been given in a problem, it is taken to be 22 upon 7 ये आपके लिए, because in practice we have taken it as 3.14. 14 में stop नहीं हुआ था, but we will take it as 22 upon 7 or 3.14. इतना आपको अभी समझना है. So with respect to that, if diameter of a circle is given as 14 centimeter, then you will do one thing, diameter is equal to 14 centimeter and the question is what is its circumference. What you will do, we know that circumference upon diameter is equal to pi, which is equal to 22 upon 7. So what we will do, circumference is equal to d into pi, correct? which is equal to D is given as 14 into 22 upon 7, which is equal to 2 times here 44 centimeter. Katam. Sometimes radius of a circle is given as 35 centimeter. Find its circumference. Again, C is equal to D into pi. This is the formula. Right? D means 2 times radius. That means it is equal to 2 into r into pi, or we can say 2 pi r. So we got the formula for circumference with respect to r with respect to d. So we will substitute here 2 into 22 upon 7 into r, which is given 35. This goes 5 times 5 into 2 are 10, 10 into 22, which is equal to 220 centimeter. Understood, my dear students? It becomes easy for us to solve the sums. Tricky sums will be there. Simply straight questions like this won't come always, but you know that circumference, now the conclusion is that circumference can be calculated by 2 pi r or by pi into d. This is in your mind and clear to you now. That pi is having a value 22 upon 7 if not given, or it can be 3.14. That is the second knowledge. With this you will be trying to do the sums given in the textbook. Okay. So I will I have typed it for you. R is the radius, D is the diameter, C is the circumference. Then we can say that circumference upon diameter is always pi, and pi into d will be circumference, but 2r is equal to d, so it can be 2r into pi, that is 2 pi r. So ultimately the conclusion is circumference is equal to 2 pi r, where the value of pi is equal to 22 upon 7 or 3.14. Here is a situation from your textbook. What is given here? It is given that the radius of the wheel of a bus is 0.7 meter. How many rotations will a wheel complete while traveling a distance of 22 किलोमीटर? व्हील का एक्सपेरिमेंट से हमको समझ में आया, एक बार रोटेशन करने में 1 सर्कमफरेंस डिस्टेंस आगे जाता है. सो वी विल फाइंड आउट व्हाट इज द सर्कमफरेंस. उससे क्या होगा, इफ दिस इज द बस व्हील and if it rotate once and reaches here, how much distance it will travel in one rotation, क्योंकि हमको पूछा है how many rotations required to cover 22 kilometers. So let us, this is given, the wheel radius is given as 0.7 meter. So we'll say radius of wheel is equal to 0.7 meter. Understood? And that means circumference we can calculate with the 2 pi r, or we can calculate circumference with pi d. So we will calculate with 2 pi r in this, because radius is given, which can be represented as r. Now what more is given? It is also given that distance distance to be covered, we can say distance to be covered is given as 22 kilometer. My dear students, here it is kilometer, here it is meter. You have to bring both units into same. 22 kilometer into 1000, that means 22,000 meter it is. It is safe to convert into same unit. Now we need to find out circumference so that we can understand how much it will cover in one rotation. अपना पहले एक्सपेरिमेंट है ना, इधर काम में आता है. तो सर्कमफरेंस इज इक्वल टू, सर्कमफरेंस इतना है उतना कवर करेंगे वन रोटेशन में. 2 पाई आर इज इक्वल टू 2 इंटू 22/7 इंटू आर इज 0.7 हियर. 0.7 and 7 means it is equal to 1/10 time of it. So we will do one thing, we will have this as 0.7 is the radius, so I will consider this as 7 now. That means become 70, because I multiplied with 10. Multiplying with 10 will remove the decimal from here and it becomes 7, and here it becomes 70 for looking it better. So it became in such a way that it is 7 and 70, that means 7 and 70 means it became 1 upon 10, and it became 44 upon 10. 44 upon 10 means 4.4 meter. It will move in one rotation. लेकिन हमको 4.4 meter से किधर भी नहीं पहुंचे है. We have reached to 22,000 meter. So how many 4.4s are required? How many rotation? उतना rotation चाहिए. How many rotations? So for that we have to divide 22,000 upon 4.4. Here also we will multiply with 10 to remove the decimal. Here also multiply with 10. This became 44 now. That means 22,000. One more 0. Here it became 44. And this 22, we know that. And 44, if we consider, this will be 2 times. My way of doing, consider that it is here, and this 2 times. Here it is 1 time, here it is 2 times. So this became like this, and when I divide this 2 with 10, it will become 5. Understood? So what I did is 22,000 into 10 into 10 इसलिए किया. Why? Because to remove the point, so I could consider it as 44. Here 1 0 extra. Now I took 22 से divide किया. 1 time here, 2 times here, correct? So it became 1 0 0 0 0. Again I divided 10 with 5, so I got this much rotation required. How much zeros are remaining? 5 0 0 0 rotations are required to cover up distance of 22 kilometer. Understood? What is given is radius. I was just looking into your textbook. There they have given radius, and while multiplying considered it as diameter. Unfortunately छोटा सा error हो गया है, तो उधर आंसर में 10,000 दिखेगा, मुझे 5,000 मिल गया क्योंकि उधर रेडियस 0.7 लिया है हमारे केस में, उधर डायमीटर 0.7 लिया है, लेकिन क्वेश्चन में रेडियस ही दिया है. डोंट वरी, मिस्टेक होता है, नॉट एन इश्यू. We'll correct it in the textbook. So you will do practice set 42, and you will do means you will do. Guide दे के नहीं, किसी को पूछ के नहीं, अपने आप. Only for samsara. वो भी मैं करके दिए तो you will become very weak. I don't want to do that. So I am closing this here, and I will continue with another video regarding other aspect of our circle, which is interesting. Okay, thank you.
Now click on the subscription button below to subscribe the channel, then the bell button to get the notifications of the new videos. Thank you.